Well, good morning. It's the morning of day 2, first day of the official walkabout. I'm starting up one of the side canyons here. It's going to turn into a very mild slot canyon here in a little while. I'll go up this for a mile or two, then get up on top, cut cross country along what's known as the old Spanish Trail, find camp at the head of the next slot canyon, and spend the night there. So that's my plan for the day, and here we go. And so far it's a very typical central southern Utah wash canyon. Yeah, now the canyon is starting to narrow up a little bit. One of the nice features, one of the advantages of hiking slot canyons like this in southern Utah in the summertime is you get a lot more shade down here, cooler, and occasionally you find water in these slot canyons. Hopefully it's not going to be too deep if I find it, because there's not many ways to get around it. Pretty much have to go through it, either wade it or swim it. We'll see. Well, the canyon continues to narrow. That's what makes it a slot canyon, when it's narrow enough that you can touch both walls of the canyon at the same time with your hands as you walk through it. Looks like it's going to get to that point. So if you've ever wondered where tumbling tumbleweeds go, well, here's one of the places that they go. They collect in little canyons like this out of the wind. Now it's definitely narrow enough to be considered a slot canyon. You can touch both sides as you go through it. And it's getting narrower, and a few big rock obstacles in the way. But passable. Well, I made it through the narrows. Now it's time to shed a few layers of clothes. It's getting hot already. Then I'll continue on from here up the draw till it tops out near this old Spanish trail, and then I'll head on cross country to the head of the next slot canyon where I'll camp. Well, I'm approaching the top of the canyon, so the scenery is going to change considerably here in a minute. From a slot canyon to just open, flat sagebrush. Well, I've made it out of the Narrows. Now up near the top where it's opened up, I'm about to leave the draw and head across overland to get to my second camp. And now it's time to climb up out of the draw and get up onto the flat prairie. Work my way up through all these juniper. Definite change of habitat now. So I'm now following the route of the old Spanish trail, which was used back, I think, in the early 1800s. As I understand it, this old Spanish trail was a route from Texas, New Mexico area to California. I wondered why they traveled so far north, but I think it was probably to get around some major obstacles like, I don't know, the Grand Canyon, Death Valley. I'm not quite sure why, but anyway, this was the route. And looks like some pretty bleak habitat for wildlife. But you looking around, you do find a few evidences of animals out here, like, of course, rabbits and lizards and snakes, but also some big game like an occasional deer and a few antelope. Here's a monument recognizing the early explorers and traders that came through this country along this old Spanish trail. Yeah, sure enough, no sooner did I mention it than here I found some antelope tracks. And even better yet, here are some antelope. They look a little skinny to me, but consider what they've got to eat out here, I guess that's understandable. Well, the good news is I made it to my campsite. The bad news, however, is that the pond that I had counted on for water is dry. I mean, completely dry. So, fortunately I carry a second day's worth of water, so I'm not in serious trouble. But I would like to find some water today. Instead of camping here for the night, I think I'll start down the slot canyon that I planned to do tomorrow. There's a good chance there's going to be water somewhere in that slot canyon. So that's where I'm heading. It's getting to be pretty warm right now. So I think what I'll do first is take a siesta, find me a good shady spot, and then drop down into day 2's slot canyon a little ways and see if I can find water. So that's the plan. Here's the slot canyon. Another reason I'm not going to camp here is laying right there. An old cow carcass. And judging by the other bones that are in here, it's not the first time that's happened here. Alright. So, siesta, and then start looking for water.